right out front of the Milkweg, right here, right, just played, right up there, upstairs. It's fantastic. I thought it was a kind of fun show, an unorthodox kind of acoustic show. It was probably like an hour of music and 3 hours of comedy, pretty much. All right.
First of all, thank you for the interview.
Thank you. It's all right. It's all good.
When did you know that you want to become a singer?
When did I notice? Well, I used to be a drummer first. My dad was a drummer, and I wasn't a very good drummer. I mean, I thought it was okay. And my main thing was I didn't like carrying that bass drum up the flight of stairs that the band's practice was. So, no, that's not the true story. I really wasn't that good. And but I was okay. I started out playing drums, and we had a singer, and he didn't come to practice one day, so I started singing. The first song I ever sang was a song called "Get Ready, 'Cause Here I Come On My Way" by Rare Earth. And not now, but I had when I was younger, and my voice is kind of scratchy now because of the gig that I just played, but I had this really soulful voice. I listened to Otis Redding and a lot of Stax Volt and Motown when I was younger, and I, introduced to like Paul Rogers and Free, Bad Company, and I sort of melded that together, and I sang in the shower, right? But I sang for my parents' parties and stuff like that. But I played drums and sang. It's kind of hard to play drums and sing at the same time, But Pat Torpey could do it, but. I just kind of gave it up. The band was like, "Wow, you're a great singer, and you're not a very good drummer. So maybe we had to just kick out our lead singer." And so I became a singer. And I did this. I lived in Italy, in Vicenza, Italy. My dad was in the army, and he was stationed there. And that's where I first did my first show. And this is so weird. I played my first show in an army theater, like an army post theater, and I opened to this band called Sergio Mendes and the Brazil 66, way before you were born. And we played, and that was my first gig. And I sang, and I was really nervous, and I had this really high voice, Anyway, I just felt a lot more comfortable being in the spotlight and singing. And I always felt comfortable talking in front of people, I was never shy like that. I was more shy playing an instrument, guitar and drums, but singing, that's it. We're out in the middle of the street in Amsterdam, amongst the people. All right.
Who was your inspiration to get playing guitar?
Playing guitar? Well, I like to say it was Paul Gilbert, but it was before Paul Gilbert. I listened to the Motown and the Stax stuff, but acoustic guitar things, I loved Cat Stevens, and believe it or not, John Denver. John Denver had like all these things, and I taught myself how to play piano, and I taught myself how to play guitar, but I like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young when I was younger, and I sort of emulated that. I taught myself, and I also I had a book. It was Tommy Tedesco, who's a famous guitar player. Learn how to play the guitar in 7 easy lessons. Well, I'm still learning, but if I'm really comfortable with the song, like the songs that I write, like obviously To Be With You, Just Take My Heart, that kind of stuff. I remember this a couple of years ago, Paul Gilbert goes, "Man, you got pretty good on the guitar, pretty good." So I got.
The album, The Divine Gravity, it was a little bit heavier than the other Mr. Big albums.
Yeah.
Was it because of the influence of Avantasia?
I wanted it to be, what I brought to the table on all the records is soul music, So, I wanted it to have a little bit more blues rock feel, And I don't know, it was kind of a dirgy, kind of a, not muddy, but like an earthy type organic record. So I don't know, it just came out that way. Shit, I don't know if you've heard this, but like it took 6 days to make it because our producer, Kevin Elson, he had other projects. He was working with Journey again. He was going on the road with another band, and we only had a 6-day window. So it was pretty quick to make. I didn't really care for that aspect of it, but Billy, Paul, Pat, I mean, they're super professional. So they kind of guide me along. Come on, Eric, you can do it. So it's all right.
You played also Wacken this year?
Yeah.
How was it for you to play Wacken?
I think this is my third time. Twice with Avantasia and once with Mr. Big. In Avantasia, which I love my role in the band, but I only get to sing 5 songs, maybe 6, because there's 7 singers, and it's a 3-hour show, and we're all coming and going and stuff. And it was great to play with Mr. Big so I could play a full set. And I told Mr. Big, oh, so it's amazing, it's gonna be 90,000 people. Yeah, well, Avantasia is a headliner, usually, and that's the 90,000 people. We played for 20,000, and it was still awesome. It was really great. And all the staff backstage and all the people that kind of ran the show were Avantasia people. Like the production manager, this guy AC, who's, he's the puppet master of Avantasia. And when I came off the stage, they were like, they never go, you were great. I think, well, they go, yeah, it was a pretty good show, like all the shows. But when I came off the stage with Mr. Big, they were like, you did it, you were great. So I really had a good time. I was proud of that moment.
Is there a new Mr. Vocalist album planned? Because the last time it was very long time ago.
No, it's not going to be another Mr. Vocalist. It is what it is, I did 3 albums that were like female artists of Japan, and I put my man stamp on it, and then they had one album with like Mr. Rock vocalist and it was guy vocals, and that was an okay album. I really liked the first 3 better, and then I did a Christmas one, and that was a super hard project to do because it was Japanese songs, and then me and my partner Andre Pessis, we took the synopsis of all those lyrics and wrote our own lyrics, and that was so hard because Japanese lyrics, it's 5 verses, 3 different choruses. There's so much going on, and everything is broken-hearted, sad love songs. Well, this Japanese woman told me one time, she goes, we love sad heartbreak songs. I was like, that's what they love. So.
How did you come on the idea to do an acoustic tour?
Well, I mean, I'm the guy who wrote To Be With You and all that stuff, and Mr. Big, when we started doing our acoustic portion of our show, it got such a great reception, and people were loving it, and I just went, I did what I do, I've been doing it for about a good 4 or 5 years, and I've also worked with different artists. I had this guy, Marcus Granberg from Sweden. We worked together, and we went all over the world. We went to India and everything, and then I played in Nottingham, England, and David Cottrell came up to the gig, and he goes, hey, I know a couple of your songs. And I go, yeah, well, and I invite everybody. It's hit or miss, Some are super talented, and some are like not so super talented, but I want to give people a chance, If you sing, you want to come up anytime, But so David came up, and he was great. He was great. And I go, wow, man, and the crowd was loving it. And I go, do you know any other songs? And he goes, I know all your Mr. Big songs. And I go, let's go. And that was it. We've been doing it for the last 3 years, all around the world. I mean, we haven't hit the United States yet, but when they start getting more clubs to play, and I've had a blast doing acoustic music, and it gets my chops up, gets my singing chops up for things like Avantasia and the new Mr. Big tour that happens every year or every couple of years. So it's a good thing. It's great to keep busy, and I'm really comfortable playing acoustic and talking to the audience because Mr. Big don't let me talk. First of all, I have really shitty grammar right now, but for years the band was like, Eric, just shut up, just sing the song. Sing the song. They just want to hear you sing. They don't want to hear you talk about the shit. But when I play acoustic, there's no strings attached. I can do what I want, you know?
Is it true that you did audition for Van Halen?
Oh, you're going to ask me that. I didn't audition. I was asked to audition. Eddie Van Halen called my house, decades ago. I had like a little suction cup thing that I put on the telephone with a little tape recorder. He called once and he left the answering machine. Hey, this is Edward Van Halen. I want to talk to you about maybe coming down to LA and auditioning for Van Halen. I'm like, I had a girlfriend at the time, and I'm like, oh my God, this is it. And I, bragged to all my friends for about a week, and then he called back, and he goes, hey, we worked out arrangements for me to come down. He goes, I love your voice, and I had a new solo album, and he goes, I hate your record. And I was like, yeah, I hate it too, man. You're right. You're Eddie Van Halen. Edward Van Halen. Anyway, when he first asked me on that telephone, I was like, yeah, man, pumping up my chest, and I was all into it. And then I started to think, I was going, oh my God. And this is way before a Gary Sharon situation. This was right before Sammy Hagar got in the band. And I completely chickened out. And I said this before, I wish I would have done it, just so I could have had bragging rights. Even if I didn't make it, I just didn't have the confidence. We just did this tour in Australia with Extreme, and Gary, after, he already had Sammy Hagar, and Gary stepped right into it, and he did it. I just couldn't do it. It was right after David Lee Roth, man. Those are mighty big clown shoes to fill, man. And I have confidence in my voice, but man, I just wasn't like the showman, the greatest showman like David Lee Roth. He was one of the best fucking entities. He was a star, and I didn't feel like a star, so I didn't do it. I didn't do it. It was raining that day. I was like, I blamed it on the rain. I go, I don't think I can do it because it's raining. I don't feel so good. And he goes, oh, okay. Well, have a nice life. Click. And that was it. And it's kind of a sad story. Don't ask me that shit again, all right? I don't want to talk about it. It's sad. Even thinking about it right now. All right.
What were you thinking when Toby asked you for Avantasia, and how did that go?
It was a weird day. I think it was in, it was in Prague or Budapest. I can't remember where it was. But I was super sick that day, and I was on the tour bus. And the band thought it would be, they didn't want to let the crowd down, so the band played the gig without me. And they turned the microphone, they only played 8 songs. They go, guys, if you want your money back, that's cool, but we're going to play anyway because we got nothing to do. Eric's sick. And I was on the bus, and I don't know what, I think somebody was on the bus, and Toby knocked on the bus door, and the bus door opened, and he had that box set of Avantasia with all that stuff. And to be truthful, I had never even heard of Avantasia before. I didn't know the success they had, but I watched this DVD and stuff, and I was like, holy crap, man, this is amazing. And he wrote me email after email saying how, because I was thinking, you got Michael Kiske, you got, I can't remember the guy's name, he's in Shaman, Shaman. Mark, I can't remember the singer's name. Oh shit, it's gonna kill me right now. But Andreas Mentos, right? There you go, bada boom. And guys like that, and Biff Byford was on the records, and it was like, where do I fit in this big picture? I'm a rock and soul singer, and Toby reassured me over and over in the emails, going, "Your voice is unique and soulful, and you would fit so perfectly in our thing." And I go, "Yeah, but it's metal." And he goes, "No, there can be soul in metal. There's no rules and regulations, you know. People are gonna go, what the hell is going on here? But as soon as they hear your voice and see your personality on stage, they're gonna love you." And so far, so good, you know.
How is it to work with Toby?
How is it to work with Toby? He is a great leader. He's a great paymaster. I mean, great. He's a sweetheart guy. He's really funny and really comfortable as a leader. You know, yeah, he's good. I always tell him, I go, you know, with all these people around, I go, "Toby, you got to rally the troops." And he goes, he doesn't really rally the troops. He's just kind of like, he acts like one of the band members. He doesn't really act like, "Guys, quiet down," like, you know, like you would think a leader would do. He kind of just blends in with the band. And then when he's on stage, you obviously know who the fearless leader is, you know. Yeah, he's got a great personality, and he brings you into this really warm situation. Avantasia is an amazing band on stage, but backstage, there's a lot of laughs. Pretty cool. I love it.
Okay, we did it, right?
How many questions you got left?
5.
5 questions? Okay.
Home.
No, I'm trying to make this quick before I freeze to death. Go ahead.
Will you be part of the Moonglow tour next year?
Say it again?
Will you be part of the Moonglow tour?
I will be part of the Moonglow tour this year because I've put my Eric Martin stamp on the new record. I sing 2 songs, which I've already done. I can't tell you anything about that because, you know, I want Toby's got to spill the beans to everybody. But I did hear this awesome track that I'm on that Landy and Toby sing. And then Ronnie Atkins got a little chorus piece, and me, Jeff Tate, and Bob Catley got parts like an opera, and it's really good. It's really good. Moonglow. It's gonna be huge. Just like I thought Ghost Lights was really good. Mystery Time was great, but Ghost Lights was epic. This is gonna be parallel with that, I'm pretty sure.
Can you imagine that Paul Gilbert and Billy Sean will be part of Avantasia?
Nope. Nope. I don't think so. No, I don't think so because Oliver Hartman, Sasha Paya, the bookends of rock. Yeah, no, hell no, man. Those guys are great for Avantasia. The whole band is perfect the way it is, and I love Billy Sheehan and Paul Gilbert, but I want to do something. You know, you got your Wonder Dogs, you got your Sons of Apollo, you got your, your brand new Behold electric guitar album that's coming out, Paul Gilbert. No, Avantasia is my baby, you know.
I heard you're also a Kiss fan?
Am I a Kiss fan? Yes, I'm a Kiss fan. I'm not, I like all those bands from the 70s. I love, Rush and Kiss and, I said Bad Company and stuff like that. But, I'm a Kiss fan. I've seen Kiss a million times, you know.
Who's your favorite Kiss member?
My favorite Kiss member? Paul. Hands down. Good.
When you're not,
all right.
when you're not busy with music, what do you do in your free time?
I'm a taxi dad. Yeah, I drive my kids to basketball practice, and I spend a lot, when I'm home, I spend a lot of time with my children, They're 13 now, we're inseparable. I was just right before I came out, I went to Las Vegas with my kids, just me and the kids. They had basketball tournaments, and I have friends that play in the Blue Man Group, and we went to see that. The Beatles Love play, we just had a great time. We really have a wonderful time together, but I spent most of my time with my kids playing video games. I'm a gamer. And my one son, Dylan. So I have Dylan and Jake, and Dylan loves WWE, and I love WWE a little bit more than Kiss, actually, because I know all the fighters, go backstage. Chris Jericho and I are really good friends, and all these guys. My son's just so enamored with all that, and whatever he loves, I'm loving it too.
Last question: do you have any message for the fans of Avantasia and Ed Guy?
And Ed Guy?
Yeah, this kind of
I don't know if you saw this, but like on one of my live concerts with Mr. Big, like a Budokan live record. I think the last one that we did, I wore a T-shirt. It was like that. Was it Love Tiger or that from the Ed Guy? I wore that shirt in the tour book. You got to check it out too. And Toby was loving that. My message to the Avantasia fans is just that I'm so happy to be a part of it. I still can't believe that I'm actually, that they dig me and I'm invited to this amazing, great, super talented people. I can't wait to see Ronnie Atkins again. Him and I are the Toxic Twins sometimes. Sometimes we get in trouble, but and Amanda Somerville, I love singing with her. I hope she's involved in this too. We haven't talked in a while, but it's one of my magic moments of rock and roll. Yeah, and you're gonna dig it. You're gonna love it. All right, you know what? You just gotta go now.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, then. Cheers. And see.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, you know where I'm going? Right? Where are we going next?
Drinking.
Not drinking.